Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's good to see you. And thank you for tuning to the jury question. As always, everyone keeping. I hope you're keeping well. Well, we're back in today. It's a wonderful day, and we have someone special joining us today on the show. It's not a person, my very good friend, John Bermingham. Hello, John. How you doing, my friend?
Hi, Chris. How's it going?
Very good, very good. I can see the little baby there. You know, what's she?
That's Yolandi.
Oh, Yolandi. How old is she then?
She's 5 now.
5. Wow, that's good. She won't go off you, is she? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hanging in there.
Yeah.
Good stuff, John. Thank you for coming on the show. Like I said again, my name is Chris Onos, and thank you for joining us today on the jury question as always. And today we just want to talk about yourself, talking about your music, talking about some of the wonderful things you've created. First, let's get to meet you. Tell us about yourself, please.
Well, I'm based in Dungarvan in County Waterford, and predominantly at the moment it's a lot of visual art that I do, and then I've also, I recorded the album, released an album a few years ago, and lately I've been doing some covers for one of the local bars here, Jordan's American Bar, have a session, an online session, because of the year that we're having, and I've been doing some covers for that the last few weeks.
Wow, good man. So, in all of this, is music something you intend to do at the very first start, or what exactly were you doing before you actually get into what you do?
Well, I used to work in administration in the hospital in Waterford, actually, and but I'd always been making stuff since I was a child. I used to make music and videos, little animations and images and things like that. And a few years ago, I just decided to give up the day job and see could I pursue the creative side of things, and that's what I've been doing for the last few years.
Wow, that must be a really big decision for you to actually, decide to give the other job and then decide to go into this, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I suppose I felt like, that it's my passion is making stuff, so I kind of knew that whatever happened, I wasn't going to regret the decision of trying to pursue that.
True.
And just to see where it would take me, and like compared to back then, like the last few years, I've gone all around the country now talking about the art that I make, and so it's to think about where I was back then and the stuff that I'm doing now is, I definitely don't regret making the decision.
Very good. Good man yourself. Good man. It's not everybody will really kind of have the heart to really decide to say they want to drop either their 9-to-5 job and decide to go to what they believe in. And for people like you, would take that big heart to really decide to want to go in that direction. Fair play to you. So let's talk a little bit more about more of the illustration work you do when we come into visual work and stuff like that. How do you put the pen into the paper? How do you break it down? Let's talk about it.
Well, usually with the images and stuff, I'll have an idea, and I tend to I'll do little sketches first to sort of get a sense of how I'm going to compose the image and things like that, and then I'll photograph all the elements to put the image together. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, it'll be a one-off idea, or sometimes it'll be a series of images. I did a series last year called Think About the Future. And at the time I was, the series was, I was looking at things that were sort of going on in the news and thinking about like environmental things. And I had all the characters in the series in masks.
Okay.
And then, and then all of a sudden this year, then we're all going around in masks. So it looks more like something created for this year than when I did it last year.
Very true. Very true. And for viewers at home, we're just tuning in. John does a lot of different things. We're talking about, for photography, we're talking about music, we're talking about composing, illustration, like what we're talking about right now. So if you're tuning in, it's one of those guys you really want to go check out what exactly he really, really does. So visualize, you does that. What about the music side of things? Because that was what really caught my attention. First of all, I reached out to you and he said, oh, hang on a second, I like the four guys. And then you came back and said, no, Chris, I was going first. I'm like, okay, hang on a second. I didn't really look at this too very well. But
go on. With those things that I've been doing the last few weeks, it was kind of one of the things that I was doing as well with the visual stuff is, when I do the talks or the workshops, I was trying to say, even if we're locked in, even if we're stuck inside, use the things that are around you to create things. And so I had the idea then of doing those covers with just using my voice, and there was one of them where I was drumming on some kitchen utensils and things like that.
Yeah.
So the idea was to kind of just use what I had to create the
element of what you
pieces, yeah,
thought
and then
in your head, yeah.
Yeah, so then, you know, as you said, you thought there was 4 of us. I filmed myself doing each of the parts and put that together.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, I will use the word prank. I was prank a bit on that because I think because of the hats, you know, the way everyone kind of pull the hat. So it's like Boys to Men, where you have the 4 lads and doing their thing, you know. But in this case, I didn't really pay attention to the faces. I just kind of, okay, they're all cool, they're all merging. It was later on you came back and you said, oh no, that was, you know, I like, oh gosh, how did I get into that, you know? But your music wise as well, let's talk about it. Though we will show some of them. I just kind of give my viewers a little bit more of what we're talking about. So we look at some of the music you've done. One of them is called the Head to Head. Is that correct? Yeah.
Hand in hand, yeah.
Yeah.
Hand
So is it hand in hand? Hand in hand, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about that, because I really like some of the elements you use on those. And did you create that yourself?
Yeah. So the song is an original song, and then obviously I did the video for it. I mean, I've done all the videos for my songs. So yeah, that was a few years ago, and I wrote and recorded that album in a living room, not too dissimilar to this one. I was living in Waterford at the time, and I just wanted to see, could I do a whole album in a living room and make it sound like a produced record. And you know, that song actually is one of my favorite ones off it, Hand in Hand. And I kind of wanted it to sound a bit epic, because as I was writing the song, because I do a lot of visual stuff, if I'm writing lyrics, I'm kind of seeing the visuals as I'm doing it. So the song and the visuals kind of come at the same time when I have an idea like that, and that's how that all came together.
Okay, what we're gonna do is gonna take a quick break, and I want my viewers to kind of see exactly what you are talking about. It's a lovely, beautiful song. So viewers at home, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we will talk more about the wonderful music from my very good friend John Bermingham. And the title of this album or video is called Hand in Hand. Enjoy it. We'll be right back. Take it away.
The world is turned to gray. The leaves fall like the dreams of yesterday. The wind howls out in echoes of disdain. And we stand together in the rain. Until we fall, and there is just you and me now, hand in hand here, flowers from.
Hello, welcome back to the show. As always, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the wonderful, beautiful song from my very good friend John, and the title of that song is called Hand in Hand. John, great stuff. I like your music. So let's get to hear more about it. I know you mentioned this is done in a room, and you want to kind of see what way this will turn out to be, and you kind of use different elements to produce that. Can you give us what are the metrics you use in actually putting all those creations, and the beautiful lady in there as well, and all the stuff? So talk about it.
Yeah, so there's a friend of mine who's a singer based in Bray, called El Grey. She sings on the song, and she used to make music herself as well, and we'd often be sort of sending bits and pieces of stuff that we were doing over and back to each other. And so she had heard Hand in Hand, and she really liked it, and was like, oh, I could add some vocals on this. So, you know, she's throughout it sort of as a lovely backing sound, and then obviously she sings with me on the chorus. And actually interesting that when I was making the video, we couldn't get together at the time to film her part, so I got her to film herself up at her place in Bray, and sent me the footage, and then I put her into the world that I was making for the video. Wow. And some the girl character is a girl based in Kilkenny called Emily Beer. She's a model up there, and yeah, so that was kind of how that all came together. There was two very good makeup artists that worked on it as well, putting the stitches and stuff on her.
Yeah, I saw most of those. Yeah, good man, man. No, it's really really good. It's I mean, it's all about the creativeness. It's all about the imagination, and you know, they bring it up to life. One thing is to think about it. The other thing is to draw it. I mean, to draw it and then think about it, draw it, and then bring it up to light is what really bring the hard work of what you really feel. You know. Now let's move on to the next one, which really prompted me more, which I will show later on for viewers who are tuning in to watch the show today. Is the cover you did. First of all, I know you kind of give a bit of insight at the very start, but when you look at the way you kind of use a cover to kind of compose, you know, I know you kind of put your own into it and you change things around, you know, how did you manage to kind of work around it that way?
Well, it was really kind of to do with you know, I wanted to do something for these live sessions where I was sort of performing each piece. I didn't want to create a backing track like I would normally do, you know, record.
Yeah, true.
So I felt like if I used my voice as the instrumentation as well as the vocals, you know, that it would be something different and it would be all sort of me or by me. So, you know, I recorded each of the harmony bits individually and put them together, and then filmed myself doing each bit. So that was kind of where it was the idea of being able to make it a full me performance of without you know, because I don't have
kind of sets and all this kind of stuff, everything kind of there, but you will kind of bring something in. Okay, let's take a just quick sip of that quickly, and when we come back, we will wrap things up with that. Yeah, so just stay with us. Okay, viewers at home, just more to come. Only on the show. Take it away. We'll be right back.
In a way, I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway.
Welcome back. That was a lovely piece of work from John Bermingham. Thank you so much for viewers for tuning in. John, thank you for being part of the show today. This is what we do every week when we come on the show. It's all about the talent. It's all about the creativity. It's all about the visual. And you are one of those guys that we will want to see doing more things like this, you know, taking the big hat to do what you do. So thank you very much for joining us today. So, John, what would be your plan going forward? I know we're really on the lockdown. This year has been a blessing. Just put it this way, you don't want to cost the year because we still have more to go. As a composer, also, you know, a singer, you do your own thing. What are your plans going forward with all the work you've put together?
Well, I'm working on getting my fellowship in photography at the moment, so I'm working on a panel for that. And I suppose the thing is just to see kind of what happens. As I said, I used to go around the country to a lot of camera clubs and photography clubs talking about what I do. So this year, I mean, all of that happens over Zoom. So, and I suppose that'll probably continue as long as we're stuck in whatever restrictions we're in. So really, it's kind of just to see what happens next, really, and then I'll sort of plan. But because I had hoped to do an exhibition of the work from last year, this year, but obviously there was no point in trying to mount an exhibition when people couldn't come out and see it. So hopefully, as things start to come back to normal, those are the type of things I'm planning on doing, and I am planning on maybe starting work on a second original album as well. So.
Very good, good man. Just one thing that just came to my head there very, very quick was when you were talking about the exhibition. It's very rare you hear artists talking about exhibition just like that, you know. Have you done that before? Or you're just thinking of that's something you want to kind of do as well to show some of your work?
Oh yeah, no, I've had a few exhibitions sort of locally and up in places like Tipperary and Carrick-on-Shore and things like that.
Very good.
But you know, I think the the series that I did last year was the first one that was kind of a complete sort of series of images, and I was hoping to sort of put that together as an experience with, you know, large scale images and things like that, using those images. And I think because it was kind of topical as well, I thought it would be of interest for people to see the work up together in place. So I mean, hopefully next year I can put it together.
Super, John. John, thank you very much for joining us today on this show. We want to say we wish you best of luck. It's a wonderful pleasure to talk to you. I know you have a lot on your plate, but look, keep this friendship. Hopefully, when we get back to the studio next year, not this year, because this year, you know yourself, is almost wrapped up already. We will work with you and see what you have incoming. So please do keep in touch. I know you're on my Facebook page, so we can always see what's happening and take things from there. I want to say thank you so much. But before we wrap this up with you, have your website or, you know, any social media you know, section people can find you on?
Yeah, so all that can be, all one word, is my handle on all social medias, and my website is allthatcanbe.com, and that'll link you onto everything. So
allthatcanbe.com. Thank you so much, John, for joining us today. Stay with us there for a few seconds. Okay, viewers, this is John Bermingham who joined us today on the show. Make sure you check out all this gentlemen have shared today on the show. You got so much. If you want to collaborate or want to do some more creative work as a music artist, name it all. This guy will be one of those guys you want to reach out to. John, thank you once more again for joining us today. Viewers at home, stay tuned for more of the show. We got so much coming up all the way to South Africa. I won't give you much of that information. Only if you're sitting tight, then you'll know what's coming next. Take it away. We'll be right back.